good.
Yeah. So I guess I was just curious. I figured if I was gonna say if I grew up eating kosher, then it'd just be like what I do. I'd be like, oh, I love eating this dish. It's tasty to me. You know.
Yeah, it's more that I'm just used to it. Like my brother, he doesn't keep kosher. He eats pepperoni pizza, he eats bacon, he eats whatever he wants. My dad, same thing. My mom, she doesn't eat pork, but she won't be so strict about not mixing. So she'll have like a cheeseburger and whatever, but she won't eat pork. And then in the house, we don't have anything that's not kosher. But outside, like my mom doesn't care. So that makes
Mhm.
sense. I think I'm the one who really keeps it as, or I guess more strict. I'm not very strict, but more strict than they are. And it's more because I just enjoy it. And then I do fast on Yom Kippur. I think I'm the only person in my family who will fast on Yom Kippur. And it's more because of tradition. I like doing that. It makes me feel like I have some sort of a connection to a very old tradition.
Mm.
I don't. I don't think I didn't fast on last Yom Kippur because I was like, you know what? I fucking ate dinner after sundown. What's the fucking point?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't fast. I did fast this year. I did not fast last year because I was very sick and I was taking antibiotics and I had to eat and stuff. I didn't like eat anyway as much as like a normal person would because I was so sick and I just didn't want to eat, but I had
Do
to
you do
eat
only
something.
matzah after Passover for that 7 days?
No. Wait, Passover, yes. I keep Passover kosher for sure. I won't eat bread or anything like that. Oh, I can't see if I'm on oxygen or not. Am I on oxygen?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do think
so
I
like
think I think Pesach is like my favorite. I don't know. It's a toss up between
Pesach.
Pesach and Hanukkah. I love
Pesach!
like
I
just the
love
seder. It's
Passover.
always good.
Oh yeah, my mom makes food in Passover that she only makes for that holiday, so it's always fun to have that holiday come around.
Did you guys put the matzah into like the three folds of the like
Yeah,
the napkin, and then split it
yeah,
in there? Do
yep.
you, do you hide the coins
The
or
Afikoman.
yeah,
The afikomen.
yeah.
Afikoman. So American.
Hog Sameach, or as they say down south, Hog Sandwich. Man, shit dies so fast when you have both warrior and pally buff.
Yep. And the armor break.
We do
I
a
like this.
pretty operations seder at my dad's house. We read, the Haggadah. We have a bunch of wine, and we usually get through it in a nice pace. There's no 3 hour long, drawn out Orthodox service.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went to Chabad my freshman year and it was like 5 hours long. It
Oh
was
my God!
so
Don't ever go to
terrible.
Chabad. I go to Chabad on Yom Kippur. That's about it. I do that's like my once daily thing for my once yearly, religious observance. They go all day,
You
man.
know, like I've had conversations. I actually just spoke with my mom about this, and I swear she was about to cry about like marriage and if I wanted to marry someone who was Jewish or not. And I've always grown up like that's ideal, but the more I like have grown up and dated and whatever, honestly, like if I'm happy and I'm in love with someone and they're not Jewish, that's not a deal breaker for me. So I told my mom, I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, it would be nice, but as long as I meet someone who doesn't care that I like to keep my traditional holidays, and
Yeah.
as long as someone allows me to be the same way and celebrate and do whatever I want and be Jewish, and I don't really care if they're Jewish or not. And I told my mom that, and I told them like it would be nice to have someone who's Jewish because I'd love to raise my kids Jewish and teach them Hebrew and take them to Israel and stuff like that. And I mean, I can still do that without having a Jewish husband, without an atheist
Yeah.
husband or whatever.
Yeah, because Judaism's passed
Um,
down through the mother. I gotta find me a nice Jewish guy.
yeah, so my mom like we were in the car when I was telling her this, and you could see it on her face that she was really sad. And I asked her, I'm like, is this really hard for you to hear? And she's like, yeah, I mean, I've always hoped and blah blah blah. And I said, yeah, it'd be nice for me, but it's not the limiting factor for me. I
Mhm.
don't want that to be the reason why I could break off a really otherwise perfect relationship, or whatever. Because honestly, I've never dated anyone who's Jewish. My ex-girlfriend was Jewish, but that's about it.
Wouldn't it be more? Wouldn't it cause more strain on your relationship if? Well, I don't know about. So I guess I should ask. Do you believe in Yahweh?
Yahweh?
Whoa. We don't say that name. That's actually a big no-no.
I know.
I do believe in God, but I don't
The
know.
God of Abraham.
Yeah, like I believe in a higher power. Like I obviously believe in science, so I believe in
Well,
evolution and stuff like that.
they're not like they're not contradictory.
I know, but like a lot of people, I don't know. I feel like many people who say they believe in God, they're like, oh, so you don't believe in evolution and blah blah blah. And I'm
Like,
no,
come
of
on,
course I
man.
fucking believe in evolution.
God made physics. God made biology.
God made air conditioning. Therefore,
I
it is
believe
good.
that there is a
Yeah.
higher like.
There could be more. There's more to reality than what your seven
Yeah,
senses can
definitely.
detect, and you take it on faith that there have been people who have maybe been revealed certain truths about the nature of the universe that you may not have yourself experienced.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, if I was like, if you were, I guess philosophically a pure atheist, and you just kind of kept Jewish tradition because,
You
then
know,
I
this
was,
is taking us longer because we're talking.
then I was gonna say, like, why would you? It would almost be harder to marry like a traditional like or conservative Jew who like had all those beliefs if you
Don't
didn't
mess it.
share them.
Don't nexus.
Yeah, like I
So
mean, as long as I don't want someone to like convert. Like I don't care about that. As long as I can still do what I do and what I've been raised doing and stuff like that, then I'm happy. I got a sea silk, by the way. It's open, Barbara.
oh no, a Nexus.
Oh
I
no!
really black jammed that one. No, it's kidding.
Barbara was running around in a circle in a panic. Oh no! Oh no! My Farvo is not here. Oxygen on me.
I mean, I would like to find a nice Jewish girl in reality, but that would
You know,
involve,
and I was talking to my mom.
going
about that.
out and talking to Jewish girls, which is just not going to happen. So.
I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, I love some of the traditions that I grew up seeing. So, I don't know what it's called in English, but tefillin, when you do it in the morning prayers and stuff.
To fill in.
Yeah,
I haven't wrapped the
so
fill since my bar mitzvah.
my brother, yeah, my brother doesn't do it either, but my brother and my dad would do that together in the morning, and my cousin would do it. And
That's
honestly,
nice.
like, if I found a guy that does that, that's a very attractive quality.
Mrs. Farver and I pray at each meal.
Yeah, that's like, I
gonna
think
start
that's
rapping to
cool.
fill in.
It's just like to acknowledge the fact that
Just say
you're
thanks for
appreciative.
yeah.
And there are reasons to do tefillin in the morning, to pray for your family, to pray for health, to pray for everything that you have, just to say thanks. And I think that's awesome. And if I found a guy that did that and he's Jewish and all that stuff, like I would have the hots for him for sure. It's just nice. I think I don't know why I think that's cool, but
I'm gonna start sending
Mhm.
pics of Shelly and me just wrapped up with the fill in.
That would be pretty sexy.
I imagine myself waking up and
Yeah,
if I had a
yeah.
husband and he's like doing the tefillin in the morning, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know, it would warm my heart.
No, if they share certain beliefs that you have, then I think it can only help, can only strengthen things. It's tough. I consider it tough to be what do they like to say, unevenly yoked when it comes to those like fundamentals of your worldview. It's tough. It's tough if the person thinks that the stuff you think like thinks that you're a complete fool. You know what I mean? It'd just be tough.
That's kind of like if I'd have a really hard time marrying a girl, even if they're not like practicing Christian. Because what if they found Jesus later in life? I'm not about to go to church with someone, and I don't think I can handle being. That's a fundamental difference for me.
Now, I wouldn't say it's grounds for divorce. And I mean, again, I'm appealing to the Old Testament here, but if you're already married but then there's a change in like religion, then it's like I think you have to it's not like you can't be raising the kids and then being married if you have those differences, but